Understanding the block, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that every single person dreams about, but very few truly master: wealth. Money is not just paper, it's a tool, a symbol of freedom, and a mirror reflecting your mindset, habits, and choices. Today, under the spirit of Billy Graham's motivational tone, we won't discuss prosperity from a religious perspective, but rather tackle a question so many silently ask: what's holding me back from wealth? Imagine this: you wake up tomorrow morning and your bank balance is so full that you never have to worry about a bill, a loan, or an emergency expense ever again. You have the power to support your family, travel the world, invest in ideas, and help causes close to your heart. You are free, financially free. But for most people, this dream remains just that, a fantasy. They struggle month to month, paycheck to paycheck, always promising themselves that someday they'll break free. But someday never comes. Why? Because wealth isn't only about how much you earn. It's about how you think, how you act, and how disciplined you are in mastering your life. Today, no more excuses. By the end of this script, you will not just have a clear map to wealth, but you'll also know exactly which invisible chains have been holding you back all this time, and how to break them, one by one. So sit back, take a deep breath, and prepare to look at yourself in the mirror. Because wealth starts there, with you. The first barrier: your mindset. Let's start with the biggest prison of all: your own mind. Most people think wealth is a result of external circumstances, the economy, your salary, your family background. But the truth is that it starts in the mind. Think of the richest people in history. Many started poor. They didn't win the lottery. They didn't wait for the government to rescue them. They changed how they thought. Do you think like a rich person or a poor person? A poor person thinks, if only I get a raise. A wealthy person thinks, how can I create more value so money chases me? A poor person thinks, I can't afford it. A wealthy person thinks, how can I afford it? These subtle differences are massive. If your mind is set on limitation, your bank account will reflect it. If your mind is set on possibility, your income will eventually catch up. So, the first chain you must break is the victim mentality. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming your parents or boss or spouse. From this day forward, say, I am responsible for my wealth. This single belief will separate you from 90% of people overnight. Your habits mindset alone is not enough. You can think positively and still stay broke if your habits are toxic. Ask yourself, do I spend more than I earn? Do I buy things to impress people? Do I invest in things that lose value, like fancy cars or gadgets instead of assets? Do I pay myself first, or do I pay everyone else first and leave nothing for myself? Wealthy people have powerful daily habits. They live below their means. They save before they spend. They invest regularly. Even if it's small, they build assets that grow. They avoid bad debt. They borrow only for things that make money, like a business or real estate, not for vacations. They keep learning, books, mentors, seminars. They never stop sharpening their mind. Your habits are a daily vote for wealth or poverty. You don't get rich overnight. You get rich penny by penny, choice by choice, repeated thousands of times until compound interest makes you unstoppable. The third barrier: your environment. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Look around you. Who do you spend the most time with? Are they broke and negative, always complaining about how the world is unfair? Or are they ambitious, solution-focused, and hungry for growth? Your environment silently controls your standards. If everyone you know is comfortable being average, you will feel guilty for wanting more. You must upgrade your circle. This doesn't mean abandoning your loved ones. It means adding new influences. Read books by millionaires. Watch interviews. Join groups of entrepreneurs. Attend workshops. Make friends who push you higher. A single conversation with a millionaire can shift your mindset more than a year of struggling alone. Proximity is power. Fear and comfort. Now let's address the silent killer: fear. Many people fear failure so deeply that they never try. Or worse, they fear success because it would demand change and responsibility. Comfort is the enemy of wealth. It keeps you in the job you hate because it's safe. It keeps you saving pennies instead of learning to multiply dollars. Here's the truth: Every wealthy person you admire has lost money, made mistakes, and felt fear. But they acted anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. So ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Write it down, then take the first small step toward it today. The fifth barrier? Lack of knowledge. Another invisible wall blocking your wealth is ignorance. Not in the sense of being unintelligent, but simply not knowing the rules of money. Most schools never teach you how to earn, save, invest, negotiate, or leverage money. You're taught to memorize facts, get a job, and spend your paycheck. That's it. The wealthy know money is a game with rules. They study it. They know how taxes work, how investments grow, how to use debt wisely, how to read financial statements. If you don't know the rules, you will always lose to someone who does. So starting today, become a student of money. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door, or Think and Grow Rich. Listen to podcasts about finance and entrepreneurship while you commute. Make learning about money a daily habit. Every piece of knowledge you gain removes another chain from your financial life. The sixth barrier, no clear plan. Many people dream of wealth but have no plan for wealth. They say, one day I'll be rich, but one day never comes because a dream without a plan is just a wish. Wealthy people set clear financial goals. They know how much money they want to have in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. They know how they'll earn it. Through a business, investments, or a high-income skill. They break it down: how much to save each month, how much to invest, what returns they expect. Without a plan, you drift. With a plan, you move forward with purpose. Take time this week to sit quietly with a notebook. Write down your vision. How much do you want to earn each month? How much do you need invested to be financially free? What steps will you take to get there? What skills do you need to learn? Who can mentor you? Then break this into daily and weekly actions. A plan turns confusion into clarity. The seventh barrier, lack of patience. We live in a world of instant noodles, instant messaging, and instant gratification. But wealth is slow cooked, not microwaved. Many people fail to build wealth because they expect quick results. They try to get rich overnight. Risky stock bets, crypto gambles, shady schemes. When they lose, they give up and say, it doesn't work. But real wealth is built slowly and steadily. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire in his 20s. He started investing as a child and compounded his money for decades. Think of money like planting a tree. You water it daily. For a long time, nothing seems to happen, but underground roots grow deep. One day, that tiny tree becomes a forest that feeds generations. Stay patient. Stay consistent. Small amounts invested regularly turn into mountains over time. The eighth barrier, bad debt. Another silent wealth killer is bad debt. Bad debt is money you borrow to buy things that lose value or don't make money. Credit card debt for shopping, payday loans, car loans for cars you can't afford. These bleed you dry. Good debt, on the other hand, is used to buy things that produce more money than they cost you. For example, borrowing to buy a rental property that brings in monthly rent, or taking a business loan to expand operations and increase profits. If you're drowning in bad debt, make it your priority to get out. Cut expenses ruthlessly. Get a second job temporarily. Use a debt snowball or avalanche method. Every dollar you free up can be invested instead of wasted on interest. Debt can enslave you or enrich you. Learn to use it wisely. The ninth barrier, lack of multiple income streams. Relying on a single source of income is risky. If you lose your job or your main client, you're instantly in trouble. Wealthy people build multiple streams of income. They have a job or business, but they also invest in stocks, rental properties, royalties, side businesses, or digital products. This protects them from economic shocks and accelerates wealth building. Start small. Can you freelance a skill you have? Can you sell something online? Can you create a digital course, write a book, or build a YouTube channel? Can you invest dividends back into the market? Over time, these streams stack up like rivers feeding a vast ocean. Real life examples. Let's anchor these lessons with some real examples. Example 1. Sarah was a school teacher earning barely enough to survive. She started reading books on personal finance. She cut unnecessary expenses and paid off credit card debt. Next, she learned digital marketing in her spare time and offered social media services to local businesses. Within 2 years, Her side hustle replaced her teaching salary, and she started investing profits into stocks and a small rental property. Now, Sarah works when she wants, not because she has to. Example, Twin-Eye James, a mechanic, realized he couldn't get rich on his salary alone. He started buying old motorcycles, fixing them up, and selling them for profit. He reinvested every dollar, expanded to a small workshop, and eventually hired other mechanics. Today, he owns a thriving repair business and invests his profits in index funds and real estate. Both Sarah and James didn't wait for luck. They identified what was holding them back: lack of knowledge, no plan, single income, and took daily action. The power of high income skills. One of the fastest ways to break free from financial struggle is to develop high income skills, abilities that people or companies will pay a premium for. Ask yourself, what skill do I have or could I learn that could earn me $50,000 and $100,000 or even more per year on my own terms? Examples of high income skills include copywriting, writing ads and sales pages, digital marketing, software development, graphic design and branding, video editing and production, public speaking and coaching, sales and negotiation. These skills are in demand globally and can be sold online to clients worldwide. You don't need permission, a fancy degree, or a rich uncle. Just your time, dedication, and a willingness to learn. Pick one, focus deeply for 6-12 months. Build a portfolio and start freelancing. Many millionaires today start exactly this way. The power of discipline. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the engine. Many people watch motivational videos, get inspired, and then do nothing. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. Discipline is doing what you promised yourself long after your mood has changed. Wealthy people are disciplined about money. They stick to their budget. They say no to impulsive spending. They invest consistently even when it's boring. They work on their business or side hustle, even when they don't feel like it. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Small daily actions repeated without fail turn into unstoppable habits. The Daily Wealth Blueprint. Here's a practical daily plan to break your financial chains and build wealth step by step. Morning routines. 30-60 minutes. Wake up earlier than usual. Read 10 pages of a good finance or business book. Write down your financial goals and top 3 money actions for the day. During the day, work on your high income skill or side hustle for at least 1 focused hour. No excuses. Track every dollar you spend. Awareness is power. Cut 1 unnecessary expense today. Evening routine. Review your spending and savings for the day. Invest small amounts automatically if possible. Spend 15 minutes learning something new about money, investing, or business. Visualize your wealthy future for 5 minutes before sleep. Keep your mind focused. Repeat this every day for 1 month, and you'll be shocked at how much clarity and progress you'll gain. Avoiding common traps. Even when you do all the right things, watch out for traps that drag people back into financial chains. Lifestyle creep. When you earn more, keep living below your means until your passive income covers your lifestyle. Scams and get-rich-quick schemes. Too good to be true. It probably is. If someone promises guaranteed high returns with 0 risk, run away. Comparison. Focus on your own lane. Just because someone flaunts a luxury car on social media doesn't mean they're truly wealthy. Many are drowning in debt. Burnout. Rest is vital. You're building wealth for freedom, not slavery. Balance hard work with good sleep, exercise, and time with loved ones. The wealth mindset shift. When you master your mindset, habits, environment, skills, and discipline, you step into the mindset of true wealth. Repeat this mantra daily. I create value. I attract wealth. I use money wisely. I am responsible. Your self-talk must support your goals. If you constantly say, I'm broke, your brain will find ways to keep you broke. If you say, I am learning and growing richer every day, your brain seeks opportunities to prove it true. Wealth is more than money. Finally, remember, true wealth is not just dollars in the bank. It's freedom to do what you love, help those you care about, and live with purpose. Money amplifies who you already are. If you are generous, money makes you more generous. If you are disciplined, money multiplies your impact. So, become the kind of person who deserves wealth, humble, wise, and grateful. A personal challenge. If you've read this far, you're serious. So here's your challenge for the next 30 days. Follow this plan. Study money for 30 minutes daily. Track every dollar in and out. Cut one wasteful expense every week. Work daily on a high-income skill. Surround yourself with positive, driven people, online or offline. Visualize your wealthy life every morning and night. Take one uncomfortable step each week that brings you closer to financial freedom. Make a call, pitch a client, start a side hustle. Print this, stick it on your wall, and check off each day. Watch how your life transforms in just 1 month. Wealth is not magic. It's not luck. It's not reserved for the chosen few. It's a science, an art, and a test of character. Most importantly, it's your responsibility. You have within you everything needed to be wealthy: a mind that can learn, a heart that can persist. From this day on, no more excuses. Take responsibility, take action, and watch how your world changes. You are not held back by your circumstances. You are held back by chains you can break. Break them. Rise up. Become wealthy, in mind, in spirit, in wallet. Your future self is waiting, free, abundant, and thankful that you started today.